Hey, this is Chris Rissy, and welcome to another Thursday Stop. For those of you who are new to the Thursday Stop, this is the time in my week where I do nothing. I'm out of the office, I have no devices that I can communicate with, and I'm just basically stranded. And I use this time to look and reflect at my business, reflect on the things that have happened in the past week or longer, and look forward to the next week and make sure the plan for my business is, still going the way I want it to go. And I also like to use this time to talk to you about questions that I got in the past week that I felt that I could share with you and you could get something out of. That question this past week was fairly simple for me. It was, Chris, I'm feeling forced into the internet with my brick and mortar business. How can I begin to offer e-commerce solutions? And the first thing was, the first answer I want to give to that type of question is, you shouldn't feel forced to add e-commerce to your site or to your business. E-commerce, just when it makes sense, it makes sense. And to add to that answer to that question, knowing who that client was, they have a brick and mortar business, they provide services, they might have a handful of products, and honestly, from a consulting standpoint, it makes zero sense for them to add e-commerce. It's just they're being bombarded with, Amazon, eBay, and seeing services or products that are in their industry make them feel like they need to evolve into e-commerce to stay relevant. And that's not true. So I'm really happy that they asked me before they started investing and really pursuing doing e-commerce in a business and industry where it really did not make any sense for them. On the other hand, I do recommend including online payment options or online invoicing options or just digital invoicing and billing options in your business. And that still fits under the e-commerce umbrella. So if you provide services or products as part of your business, but it isn't necessarily, it doesn't make sense to have it in a catalog or shopping cart online, you can still do invoicing and bill pay for your customers through solutions like Wave app or with Xero, and that's Xero. And two of these solutions, both of those solutions, I'm very accustomed to. I use Wave app in my business, and many of my clients actually use Xero. Some other ones are the Intuit QuickBooks online offering, which, to my honest opinion, is those are a little bloated as far as their offering for most small businesses. Now, if you're a small business approaching medium size, that would make sense. I know a lot of CPAs will recommend doing QuickBooks because they are trained in QuickBooks. You really have to do your own due diligence about QuickBooks. If it fits for you, then I would say go ahead and do it because it does have the online bill pay and invoicing option as part of it. But my honest opinion is it's probably way more than you need and probably has a price tag that's beyond what you need to spend for this capability. And there's a lot of ways to go about this, but so I suggest to you to check out Wave app, and I'll link to it in this video, in the video description and everything, as well as Xero. And Xero, Wave app, on one hand, is there's no cost for actually utilizing that service. They do offer customer support at a premium, and they also have their transaction fees per online transaction or per online payment, which is your typical 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. Xero is much the same way. Now, there are other options beyond those software as a service solutions where you can have your own invoicing application where you could use your own merchant service and negotiate your transaction fees. But I'm not going to comment on that here. That's probably consulting or information that you want to get through an actual merchant service or, again, through your CPA. I'd be happy to answer any questions about that as well if you'd like to talk privately. So, when it comes to adding e-commerce to your business, if you feel like you have to add e-commerce, I would suggest, foregoing the shopping cart and doing the payment gateway, etc., like that, and really just look at online bill pay and invoicing first before going that far. All right, I'm Chris Rissy, and this was the Thursday Stop. Remember, be the experience, master your business, and I'll talk to you next time.